Behind us is the Citroen C3 Aircross, the first car we've tested that resembles Ben.
Thank you, Michael. Well, yeah, okay, I tried something new, but moving swiftly on. Unlike me, this car is completely customizable. You can choose your accents, you can choose graphics, and you can choose the styling. It's phenomenal.
If a Citroen C3 isn't for you and you want something that stands out, then this car is definitely for you.
Comes with a range of engines and gearboxes, and it's a perfect urban vehicle, really.
I'm going to be taking a look at the exterior styling.
I'll be looking at the interior, the practicality, the functionality. We'll then both be driving it.
Then we'll bring you our verdict on whether or not this is the car for you.
The first thing you'll notice when you step behind the wheel of the C3 Aircross is it's very robust and very practical. It's built with those with an active life, mountain bikers, extreme ironing boarders, that kind of thing. And with that, you can see that there's lots of hard plastics, and it's a very easily maintainable car. But they've also tried to lift it with lots of tech and funky ergonomically designed air vents. You've got a touch screen. It would have been nice to see some of the cues from the C3, like the pull door handles. But overall, it does exactly what it says on the tin. Functionality wise, you've got everything you need. You've got all round electric windows, you've got power folding mirrors, you've also got autonomy, rain sensing wipers, auto lights. Cruise control as well. It's not active, would have been nice to see active cruise control. And most of these things are controllable through this touch screen as well. Now, one feature that makes this car stand out from the crowd is this little dial here. This is where you can set your driving modes. You can set a snow mode, desert mode, which I assume means you can just go and peruse the desert and find cactuses and such. There's also some other driving modes which increase traction and drivability, and also descent control. Now, this will allow you to go down a hill in treacherous conditions, we'll say, at 2 miles an hour, so it means you've got complete control of your car at all times. And also, a really cool thing on this is the heads-up display. Little display just pops up there, and then you can angle it with the controller down here. This car has all-round parking sensors and reversing camera, and the infotainment system comes with DAB radio, satellite navigation, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We also have the optional extra, which gives you an amplifier and subwoofer. And there's also a wireless charging plate. The practicality in this car is very good. You've got lots of headroom. Despite having a panoramic sunroof, you've also got lots of legroom as well. Lots of adjustment in the seat and the steering wheel with reach and rake. Storage wise, got a little storage pot here. You've also got one here. It would have been nice to see a cup holder here, but there is one here. You've also got decent sized door bins which can store a 1.5 litre bottle of water and a bag of sweets. You've got a decent sized glove box and a little storage point just above there. When you step into the back of the car, it's like you'd expect. It's very robust. It's relatively roomy. Okay, headroom is a bit limited, but I am 6'3". Also, legroom it's ample, but remember this is set up for me, and I am 6'3". And no car of this size is going to be extremely roomy. 2 adults, no problem. 2 children, no problem. Also, you've got an element of adjustment in the seats as well. You can recline them. You can also pull this bar, and I could slide it forward. I can't because of my legs. But overall, it feels good in here. It's very spacious in the back of here. It's very airy and roomy. If you've noticed, there is privacy glass, but it's a shade lighter than it was in the 5008. And also with this panoramic sunroof, it keeps it nice and airy. Also, comfort-wise, you have this pull-down armrest with 2 cup holders. You've got reading lights as well, isofix points and curtain side airbags. When it comes to the boot of the car, you've got 410 litre capacity for storage, and if you reconfigure the seats you'll end up with 520 litres. You've also got a nice square area, you've got a false floor. You lift that up, you've got some extra storage, and under there's also a space saver wheel. You've got 60/40 folding rear seats, as well as a ski hatch, as well as tethering points. One great thing about this car is there's no load lip, and also if you lay the seats completely flat you'll end up with 1,289 litres of space. So For your extreme sporters, you could get your bikes in, you could get your surfboards, you could even get your ironing board in.
If nothing else, the C3 Aircross stands out from the crowd. Its rugged, robust styling, the raised ride height, these plastic bumpers and the orange accents really set it apart from the standard C3. At the front of the car, it emphasises this car's bubbly personality, just like my own. There is LED daytime running lights that are encased in this chrome strip that runs along the top and the bottom of the lights, giving it a very upmarket look. The lights are encased within these bubbly lenses with the nice orange accent, and you've got the rugged cladding along the bottom. This car has also got automatic headlamps and automatic wipers. Coming to the side of the cars, the parking sensors go all the way around the side. That is quite nice because it makes it a lot easier to park in car parks. These 17-inch alloy wheels have quite a nice funky styling. They do have a low profile tyre just to give it that sporty appearance. These orange accented door mirrors have blind spot detection and the power folding. You've got these funky roof bars finished in the orange, and they do actually have a horn on them. A panoramic sunroof, keyless entry, privacy glass, and this unusual rear window. You can choose that as an option whether or not you want it. Coming to the back of the car, you've got these DS-esque lights, a rear spoiler, a parking camera and parking sensors. You have also got this rugged plastic rear bumper, which is perfect for loading in your bike or loading in the dog. It just stops it getting scuffed up and scratched.
So what's the C3 Aircross like to drive? Well, I like it.
Yeah, like I think it's very good for what this car is.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite hard to the ground, so you expect it to handle, what's the word, airy?
Well, you expect there to be quite a bit of wallow in the corner, but it's actually quite controllable.
It's a bit tight,
bit of a
wasn't it? Yeah.
Like the steering's very light, but it has a good sense of direction.
It does, yeah. It handles exceptionally well for the way it's set up, because let's face it, you're not going to be going into roundabouts and corners flat out, because it's not built for that. It's for those with the active life.
Like, one of the best things I think about this car is the ride.
Yeah,
it
very
rides
comfortable.
Yeah, that's it. It's like it's very, very comfortable. You don't know, like, it's perfect for British roads, because let's face it, some of our roads are a little worse for wear.
And it does swallow up potholes. You don't even know you've hit them, which is good. And the 17-inch wheels with the, it's not really a low profile, so you still get a feel of the road, but it's comfortable.
Like this engine as well, there's enough power.
Yes.
I think it's actually just right for this car. It doesn't have supercar performance,
no,
but it has the power when you need it, and it doesn't feel sluggish on a motorway. You can still have a little bit of fun on a back lane, but I think it's just right, and you get great economy from it.
You do. I mean, what is it? They claim 70 miles, and we've been getting, well, we're getting 48.6 at the moment, and we're
it's gone up to 60.
Yeah, and that's it. You back off coast for a bit, and you'll get very good economy.
I think that's the thing about this engine. It's a proper diesel engine that, although everybody's scared
Old
to death
school
that
Citroen.
Yeah, everyone's scared to death they're going to start taxing them, but at the end of the day they are very economical.
Yeah. One thing we would add is there are 2 gearboxes. You can get the 5-speed, and you can get the 6-speed manual as well, and the 6-speed does feel a little more refined. I've not actually driven it, but we did go to the dealership, spoke to a lovely guy called Craig, and got to sit behind the wheel so we could actually bring you our view of both gearboxes.
That's it. Like the throw was just, it was short,
tighter, wasn't it?
It was shorter. It felt a little less notchy. So I think, in our opinion, you would go for that 6-speed gearbox because it's just that little bit better.
Yes, it is.
However, if you're on a budget, then this 5-speed gearbox, the ratios are very nice. It's just the throw is a little too long for us, and it's a little bit too notchy.
And the crazy thing is, you can pick up one of these for, I think it's about 14 grand, which is It's a lot of car for the money, a lot of comfort, a lot of space, very versatile, and the driving modes. We discussed those in the tech part, but
let's see, you've got snow mode.
Yep.
You know, from the odd day of the year you get it in this country. You've got,
or if you want to go to Switzerland.
Well, yes, and you've got sand and mud mode. We've actually been using, because they seem to be churning up all the fields this time of year, so it's actually been quite useful on some of the lanes to put it into mud mode.
It is fun as well.
It just feels a little bit more like it's got a little bit
Planted?
more traction. Yeah. And if you're feeling particularly adventurous, there is hill descent control.
Yeah. Now that's amazing. That really does control it, so when you're going down a snowy hill, you're not going to start losing control and accelerating up to silly speeds. One thing to note about this car is it's very clear, and you've got this heads-up display. You've got a dashboard that's very intuitive. You've got a little computer that tells you your range, your economy. You can also set some of your driving modes through the screen as well, because we did have something that we got an alert that said one of our tyre pressure gauges was reading a bit iffy.
Yeah, so we pumped up the tyres and you just reset it quite easily on the system.
Yeah, which is, it's a quick fix.
But overall, it's, I guess the thing is about this car is it does what it says on the tin. It's, it's not a sports car, but it's very good at being a comfortable car.
You can get mountain bikes in the back. You can get your ironing board in the back for that extreme ironing when you want to hang off a cliff.
It's manoeuvrable
road
enough.
Closed. Let's go left.
It's manoeuvrable enough in the city.
Yes.
It's got enough feeling out and about on the open road.
And you can get park assist.
Yes. I think if you're in the market for this type of car, it is worth taking a look at.
Yeah, it's got its autonomy, it's got its economicalness, even if that's a word.
Economicalness.
I know, it's great, we invent these words.
Yeah, we just make them up as we go along.
Yeah, but not the review. Ooh, yeah, let's go this way.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've gone a bit off the beaten track now, which is perfect for this. Actually, maybe time for mud mode. Yeah. Oh, we're in it, there we go. Yeah.
So would this, if I was in the market for this type of car, I would take a look at one of these, would you?
Yes, I would. I like the way that it's fully customisable and you can make it your own.
Yeah, you can make it stand out.
Like you added before, my orange trainers and grey hair. But those accents lift it. They make it into a much more sporty car for a young family.
Yeah, so, in our opinion, it's well worth taking a look at.
It's fun. It's great fun. Now, if you want to stand out from the crowd and need a compact SUV, you should definitely take a look at this.
We have the top of the range Flare model, however there's also the Touch and the Feel models available as well.
It's robust, practical, very economical and spacious.
Now it is worth mentioning that the model we have here is just over £22,000, however you can get one from just under £14,000.
It's for those who are seeking an active life, and one thing to note is it has an NCAP 5-star rating.
Now, we would recommend going for the 6-speed manual gearbox. The engine in this car is absolutely fine.
As Michael mentioned, there is a range of gearboxes and engines, so there's definitely a car to suit your budget.
If you're in the market for a compact SUV that wants to stand out from the crowd, then this is the car for you.
If you've got any questions about this car or the review, please leave them below.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.